Welcome, welcome. Watching with Styles. Um, there is nothing better than a W. Nothing better than a W, man. And and even though we can be upset, we can be disappointed, we can be um, some people are disinterested. The whole gamut. A win is a win. Wins, hey, man, I can't believe I keep saying this. As a guy who lost 12 games in a row over 2 seasons, I think I understand how difficult it is to win in college football. There are some fans who take for granted the difficulties in winning in college football because some people were blessed enough to be born at a time where UK was at its best in their formative years. Explain no release by linebackers on first. No release linebacker. What do you mean by no release, Nathan? No release by linebackers. Um, so there's some people who think that winning is easy because they have been. I mean, seriously, there are some people who formative years, not their entire life, but remember at least winning 7 games, 2-win seasons, 8-win seasons, and 7 wins and 4 wins are not common for them. It's crazy for a guy who lost 12 in a row when we were playing 11. So that means they went over 2 seasons. So I get it. So not every win is joyful for some, but every win is joyful, in my opinion. Now, in the moment when I'm watching the game and I'm watching it as a fan, I get upset too, and and I'm still disappointed with some plays on the defense. But in the grand scheme of things, when you win, it should be a great feeling. No matter whom it. I mean, look, shit. What was the score of Texas and UTEP? How many teams have lost to um, G5 teams? Um, Michigan lost to Northern Illinois a few years ago. Notre Dame lost, or was that Notre Dame lost? Whatever. Like we act like these teams, these MAC teams, and these G5 teams can't come up and beat a really good football team, not just a borderline. Not I want to say borderline, not just an average D1 school, like traditional powerhouse. So it's kind of weird. I mean, if you paid attention to Toledo, shit, Toledo might be really that good. We'll see as the year plays out, but man, they are ripping off. They getting off. So Nathan, they just stayed in play. Nathan, it is. I'm gonna be honest with you, Nathan, in all of my history of football. So that's from the age of 6 till I turned 50 November 1st. So that's 44 years. In all 44 years of my life of playing football in watching football, you can never count on a linebacker in a drop, especially if there's a play action fake. You just can't. It's never an occurrence. I'm gonna tell you this. My favorite interception, and I've had a couple of them, but my favorite interception was against Peyton Manning in 90. I remember 96. I know Peyton Manning very well. I played him twice in high school. And did I? No, I didn't play him my junior year because I had concussion. So I played him once in college. I love Peyton Manning and playing Peyton Manning because we think the game the same way. Exactly the same way. He's a quarterback. He was a high school quarterback. I was a high school quarterback. And we think the game. So I knew in this situation, I knew the formation. I knew the play action fake. Well, I didn't know. I anticipated that they would run the play. I think it was if I remember, if it wasn't, it was weak ISO. I don't know if it was lead. I don't know. It was either lead ISO, whatever, but it was to the weak side. And I was in the boundary, the strength of the formation to the field. When I saw the formation, not only did I see the formation, I saw the receiver and I saw it split. He's going to run a curl. And I know Peyton Manning, if he reads 3 deep, which we were running, and if he sees the linebacker, take the fake, he's coming backside. And I sat on that route. I sat on that route about as best as you can sit on a route without getting beat deep if they would have changed it. I sat on the route and I protected myself, but I sat on the route and got an interception. And after game, he came up to me and said, I can't remember the exact words now, but basically, you low down asshole. I knew you was gonna do it, but you didn't think I would do it at that point in the game. Because if you remember that game, we were that first quarter and a half, we played real good football against Peyton Manning until we lost Chris Ward. So we didn't have any more pass rush. He didn't believe that I would take that chance at that part of the game. And lo and behold, boom. So you can never trust linebackers. Why I say that is because my linebacker's supposed to be in that curl. But I knew he was going to be there. And I knew Peyton was going to see it. He was going to be there. He was going to try to fit it in there. You can never trust linebackers in drops. Ever. 90, I won't say 99% because the mass majority of linebackers do not get enough depth in drops. And that is what I hate as a DB more than anything because it makes us look bad. We can't cover all the ground. We need help. And when the linebackers make it a big bubble, it's very difficult on us DBs. But it is what it is. So Nathan had me going a little rant. Love the injury report. What you talking about, John? Love the injury report. Did I get one? Or somebody else gave one? See, that's why I love my my stylistics. That's what I'm gonna call y'all. My stylistics. Because y'all are pretty rational. Y'all are pretty rational. But as I said I don't know if I said it here, but I know I said on post game show at Alan Cutler that there is nothing that we could get from this game to what I'm trying to say, to elevate the confidence in the peoples. Nothing. So I'm not shocked by it. I'm not shocked by the negativity because there's nothing we could have done. There's nothing. We could have won 70 something to 6. And it would have been, oh, but it's Eastern Michigan. Like, and mistakes can't be made. I'm still pissed, and it's kind of crazy. AJ, I wonder if you feel the same way. It's kind of crazy that even though I haven't played football since 2000, was it 2001 or 2000? Since 2000, really, 2001 ish. I still feel like I'm a player. So that's 24 years ago, the last time I put on shoulder pads and cleats. But I still feel like I'm a player. I still think like a player. Even though I'm a coach now, I even coach from a player's perspective. Is that I don't like giving up stats or bringing in young people to give them some experience too early. I highly hate it. I do not like giving up stats, especially in the secondary, because we bring in new people. I take pride in being the top. When I played, being realistic, if we can be in the top third of college football, which is about 30th, I felt great about our secondary because that's all you can do is do your job. All we can do in the secondary is do our job. And I fucking hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it when you bring in some newbies that, in my estimation, doesn't keep up with the standard, not in a bad way, but because they are trying to make a statement to get more playing time. So those guys are going to take more risk than the starters. So my thought is let the starters play at least a series after halftime. Just give me a series after halftime. Stop, Shaka. Stop, Shaka. I just saw. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Like Anthony told me this morning on Sunday Morning Sports Talk, somebody parent might be listening to you. So stop it, Shaka. I'm gonna still refer to him at number 19. I'm gonna leave it as that. Hold on, I missed some things before I continue. Boley looked better in this game. His arm talent, ability to put the ball. Boley is going to be okay. I want people to understand that don't put too much pressure on the kid. Don't do it. It's still early, but he's gonna be good. I have more confidence. I like what I saw from Boley, not the numbers, but how. That's all you can. As I said coming into the game on Saturday, I can't look at numbers because I don't know how much rope they're gonna give him. I don't know what their game plan was gonna be. Were they going to allow him to throw the ball 30 times or 20 times? And they went towards the low end. And I'm sorry, as a quarterback, 20 attempts is not enough attempts to really get yourself in a rhythm. It's just not. He played well for the 20 attempts. There's still some things to iron out, but there is just, even last year when he played in Texas and Louisville, there's just an aura, an ease. There's a level of confidence that he exudes. He is patient and he's smooth. It just makes everything look better. That doesn't mean the execution is better. It's just the perception of the play the visual of the play looks better. And I think that's what people gravitate to because it just looks easy to him, for him. Do you think Stoops goes back? No. I don't I look, I'm in some group chats, y'all, and I try hard not because it's in group chats and it's private. So I I like to keep the group chat in the group chat. But I'm going to a little group chat because I'm not sure if this is accurate or not. But there might be a case that somebody on the staff wanted like Cutter better than somebody else. So I don't think Stoops is going back to Zach. I said this last week after the game. If Cutter has any type of efficiency this week, you can never go back to Zach. You just can't. I said it last week. I have a feeling what a coach that I have a feeling of what a coach would do in that situation. Y'all can poo-poo on Stoops all you want. In the grand scheme of things, I really think, and I said this on Larry Glover's, that I really think even if Zach had decent performance the first 2 weeks, that Cutter was going to get a lot of play in this game. I really believe that because this is a game that sits perfectly in the schedule to allow your starters to get healthy, allow Zach to play a half, give Cutter the second half. That was my thought, even like during the preseason. Like when you see this schedule and play Eastern Michigan, then a bye week in South Carolina, it lended to this happening anyway. With the first 2 weeks not going how I don't think anyone expected, now it just made it a perfect opportunity to give the keys to the guy who can potentially start for 2 years after this season. And the way you improve your program, the way you can get a couple recruits, not saying we're going to get to the top third of the SEC, but the way you can get a couple perimeter recruits is by having a quarterback that's ingrained for a couple years. So if Cutter gets the job this year, there is a likelihood, not a strong one, but there is a likelihood that you can get a couple receivers, a couple high 3-star, a low 4-star, pseudo difference maker, potentially to come play for University of Kentucky because they know they will have a couple years to play with them. Pause. Why would neither quarterback throw the glance route when they're? I don't know. I don't know, Brian. I wish I had answers. Um, uh, I'm trying to make up a reason, but I can't. Hold on. What did Tanner say? I missed some. Do you think Stoops goes back? No. Is that what the Tanner? I really hope not. Okay, as a player. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all that I'm gonna go. Let me read it. There's no way. I don't think the kids feel pressure from us. The game should give. All right. McGowan would break single season TD record. I'm not so sure about that. What was the question? All right, players. I'm gonna tell you this. If this team has great senior leadership, it will be a mutiny in that locker room if Stoops goes back to Zach, at least for the South Carolina game. There's too much positive energy coming off of this game to even consider it. I just don't. I can't even fathom going back to Zach in these next 2 weeks. After putting up 40 plus points, After the efficiency, first passing touchdowns. Like too many things went right. I'm not those guys, but the wide receiver and tight ends have to love Bowley. He gives his guys a shot on a lot of plays. That kid doesn't have a throw it away, and it's yeah. Well, he's gonna have to learn. Um, and that's the thing is I don't know, man. This is hard for me as and this is why I truly believe that players need to play both ways in football. I think it's a must because you learn things in situations as a defensive. When you're a defensive player and the offense does some stupid shit and puts you in a bad situation, you pissed off. So now I know, as a guy who played defense, I know when not to put all people in a bad spot, if that makes sense. Since I played defense and had an offensive squad, put my unit in a bad situation, I think about that when I play quarterback. So there are situations where you can do things and push the issue more than in other situations. You have to know situations. You have to know when to sling it, when not to. You have to know when to take the safer throw and when you can push the envelope. You have to know that if not, and you just go out there haphazardly, then you're gonna put the team in bad spots. As a defensive player, I gotta know when I can gamble and go for a pick, and when I need to play the coverage, play the strengths, play the weakness, and if they throw it to the weakness, go up and make a tackle, little see another down. I have to know that there are times and places for that. You just can't go for it all the time. You just can't. I'm telling you, as a defensive player, there's nothing worse than you trying to make a play too early in the game. Because then it sets you back. Because now you start questioning yourself. Ain't nothing better for defensive backs who's listening. What you do as a defensive back is it's like baseball. Even though I didn't play baseball, I've heard this. Is that you understand the pace of the pitches. Oh, he's grooving fastballs at 96. You don't go up there swinging 96 when you haven't seen it yet. Oh, so you see the 96. Oh, okay. You might not swing on it. See the 96 again. Oh, okay. Might not swing at it. You see it one more time, you swing and you miss. Now you're starting to develop a timing. So when you come up for that second at bat, now I've seen it. The same thing in football. If you in cover three and you go for a hitch and you don't get it, all best believe the people upstairs and the quarterback understands. Oh, this MFer is sitting on hitches. Okay, we ain't gonna go at him right away. We're gonna go a couple series before we go at him, and then we're gonna go at him. Like you gotta get into the game first. You gotta settle down first. So sometimes cutters gotta. I mean, unless the guy's it's open, but sometimes you can't push the envelope into a tight window until you understand how the defense is playing you, how they react to certain formations, how they react to certain route combinations, concepts. Then what happens is you go back to it a series or two later. Because they're still young, few game reps, there's still going to be a lot of growing pain. But to learn, he has to play through it. I beg BBN to be patient. Exactly. Because it's gonna be some look, It just seems like some people have revisionist history. If you don't remember back in Starkville in 2021, that Will Levis game was atrocious. Like, it was god awful. Cutter's gonna have a game or two of those. We don't know when it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. Um, I hope that he has the level of confidence to get himself through that. I think the players want him to start, so I think he's gonna be fine. But for the, as you said, Chase, for the fans, it's gonna be rough, a game or two. I hope not. I hope he's one of those guys who's able to just be methodical and put like just week after week of solid play, not great play, just solid play. I hope he can do that because it'll be great. But I'm not counting on it being that good all the time. What else I got? The defense, and people got shit to say about the defense, rightfully so. But I want y'all to understand that someone will have to tell me. Someone said Nichols had got Larry Vault said Nichols must have got banged up. Having Waller and Nichols out show the lack of deep depth that we have at corner. In my opinion, I've said this for years. All you need is three corners. All you need is three corners. Now, if you play a lot of nickel, you probably need four. You need four corners if you play a lot of nickel. But we don't have nickel corners. We have nickel backs. So those are guys who play specifically nickel. So all you need is three corners. All you need to do is you can rotate three corners easily without affecting the rhythm of the defense. That's all you really need. But when you get to, I mean, this is any school. This is not just us. I want you to think about it. When you start getting to your fifth and sixth corner, there's a reason why they're the fifth and sixth corner. No shade, but there's a reason why you are the fifth and the sixth corner. Top four corners should be dependable. Once you get to 5 and 6, shit. Unless you just got like all American corners at 1, 2, 3. And how many people have that? Zero, probably. Yeah, the thigh. We need to get the thigh, Brandon. Since you know it's a thigh. Did you hear that on radio or something, or because there was no injury report because it wasn't an SEC game. So did the announcer say it or did the radio say it? With Waller and Nichols both out, it's not crazy to think the defense a little bit, and it's not to me. The slippage isn't bad, but this is what happens, and this is why coaching is so difficult. Like I said earlier, it isn't necessarily the slippage. It's the fact when you get these guys in the game who know they're not going to play a lot, they go out and try to do too much. I've been one of those guys. I'm speaking from experience. Is that when you get your chance, it's your chance to show out. And you can't play like I said, play earlier, like get a feel for the game. See how, excuse me, see how fast the receivers are. All that stuff. You don't have time. You know you ain't got that many plays. You gotta go out there and try to show yourself. Show you why I got that name on the back of my jersey. Show some pride. That's when it gets okay. Stoops said okay. All right. Nick Rouse. Okay. High had thigh issues. That's interesting. Grayton didn't look too bad. That's number 30. I figured that out. I had to open up the doggone roster. Still don't know who he is. I didn't even know he was on the roster. And I heard of Thomas. Thomas is a portal guy, and whew, I don't know how good he was, but we did have some attrition at that position. Maybe we kind of reached on him a little bit, or maybe, like I say, he tried to do too much. Tried to do too much. When you deep on man, when you not first or second team, and you get a chance, and you get a chance against a team like this, whom you kind of probably don't have their highest level of respect for, that's how you get beat. And he got beat twice, and once he just plumb panicked. I think the guy he panicked on was even a tight end. Like he just straight up panicked for no reason. As I would say, for no damn reason, he panicked. So, what else I got? I got to take a look at bye week opponents because I want to see why the record isn't great in the Stoops era. Because could it be the opponents we're playing? Because if you got a bye week and you playing Tennessee, Georgia, or Alabama, or whomever, that bye week is going to be tough to come out at. Now, if you playing a non-conference game, a MAC team, now that's a problem. That's a problem. What else? I'll talk through the other things in the film. We're gonna try to get through this quick. I know I'm in a 30-minute monologue, so I'm gonna try to get through this as quick as possible. Get us out of here get y'all out of here. Woo. If I can shoot for before midnight, so that's a little less than 90 minutes, that's what I'm shooting for. I'm shooting to get y'all out of here by midnight. Because I know y'all got work tomorrow. We lost to Mississippi State out of the bye. Was that good Mississippi State, Chaka? Or was that bad Mississippi State? Because those we've had some errors of Mississippi State since in the Stoops era. I think we had like 3 of them. Good, bad, and ugly. All right, y'all, there's no better way than to open a game. I don't know. Someone have to remind me of where the first play of the game, we got an interception and returned it to the 10-yard line or less. This is great defense. I understand what Nathan said, linebackers not getting depth, but linebackers have to freeze for the potential of play action fake. I think they saw play action fake, even though that wasn't a look. Everything else is spectacular. This is spectacular. Y'all, I've been speaking ad nauseum about this. Unless you have played the position and you have been in this position for an entire game, it's playing this an entire game is difficult. For me, I like to play zone. Because I'm a guy who I'm a nosy guy. I like to see the ball thrown. So for me, if I can see the ball thrown, I can get picks or I can get blow up shots. And I got 8 picks and a hell of a lot of blow up shots. Too many where I got knocked out, concussions. But eyes on quarterback. Now he's playing man, but the way he plays the man, I've been preaching this, is not, if you're gonna play that far off, you cannot bail out on your back pedal. You got to slow back pedal. So he is at receivers on a 25. He's about 8 yards off, so it's an 8-yard cushion. That cushion gets close to, right now, he went 1 yard in back pedal, and this guy went 5. Perfect, man. That's perfect. This throw is about 10 yards. From hash to numbers, you're probably talking about a 13-yard throw. 1/3 of the distance of the throw, which is a little over 4 yards. He's about 1, 2, 3, 4 yards away. Y'all, the math be mathing. I'm gonna give y'all think I be joking. The math be mathing. So 4 yards away, he should be able to break 4 yards to break up the ball. God damn it, did he break 4 yards, break up the ball, and get a pick? That's outstanding work. And we got good blocking. Now, I'm trying to figure out a negative about it. It's hard to nitpick at this because we got blockers out in front. That's a great block by Scott. Everybody's trying to find someone. They do a good job of closing that gap. 10 yards. We got to the 10-yard line. That you cannot start a game off better than that. I'm sorry. Only way you can start a game better than that is if Raynard would have scored, or we was on offense and complete a 75-yard bomb or a 75-yard run. Those are the only things that can make that start a game better. Nothing else. So then the offense, it is necessary for you to put 7. Hallelujah. 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 Praise him on a Sunday. Bruh. This play, first game of the season, we would have probably got a yard, maybe 2. I'm gonna play it fast speed because when you play it slow, it kind of negates it. Look at the patience. We are talking about he just runs. He's like a bull in a china shop. Not today. It was many times he was patient. Look how he sets up the tight end block. He sets that up because he didn't go too fast through the hole ahead of his blockers. This is beautiful. That's beautiful. I just realized I got a little bit of gorilla in my beautiful. It's beautiful. That's this is so awesome. And I know I only got like 5, 6 yards, but that in itself, man, this patience in itself is gonna lead to bigger plays later in the seasons. And thank you, Shaka. I'm gonna just tell you one thing. I never played. I was. I'm trying to think. Have I ever blocked in my life? I blocked on kickoff return. I have never blocked in an offensive setting. Ever. I'm gonna say never. I'm sure I had to because I had to play running back a few games, but I don't think I ever had to block. So I don't know how a guy would feel, but if I'm pulling and your punk ass run in front of me, I'm kicking you in your ass as you run by me. So how the fuck? I'm a big guy and I got to pull across the line of scrimmage 3, 4 yards to try and hustle to give you a block, and you're gonna negate it by running in front of me for no reason? I'm kicking you in your ass. That's just me. But this game, he really showed patience, man. There's like maybe 2 or 3 plays. Like that is awesome. Early in the season, this guy or this guy would have probably tackled him. So this is spectacular. That's good shit, man. I don't know. Y'all, I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. JD Hall said McGowan is showing how good he is. He's taking a RB1 spot. I don't know. When Patterson came in that game, he showed his ass. Whew. There's a just like Cutter Bowley to Zach. There's a smoothness about Patterson. There's an acceleration about Patterson. There is just something about I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm can't talk about the other guy because he in trouble. He was definitely the guy with the best running back skill set. I still think Patterson has a better skill set. McGowan's probably in the NFL. This shit doesn't happen. Okay. I'm not sure. We'll see though. Because he's got time to prove it here. He's got some games. He's as I said, he reminds me, as I tweeted this out, I think after the first game, he reminds me of Isaiah Checo. Doctor, I don't know. You just said something. Doctor Cummings said, I do think we are better at pin and pull stuff as a line versus zone blocking. I don't know, Chaka. I think I saw some wide zone attempts that were pretty damn good. We just don't have wide zone type running backs. Well, the first two are not wide zone type running backs because there was some backside, some cutbacks that was there, but all running backs like to tuck that chin down and go and go straight ahead. There are some cutback options, like I mean, cut all the way back. Availabilities that all running backs didn't take advantage of. So I don't know. Dowdell definitely isn't one, and McGowan the first couple games showed that he wasn't one. He got better this game though, and being a little more patient where he could potentially see that backside C gap or backside B cutback. In the first game, all he saw was C and D gap front side. He could not get even back to down B gap. Definitely couldn't get back to play side A. This game he showed that he can do that. He has some good cuts in this game. This is just brute strength. This is just run. You can't arm tackle an SEC running back. He proved that he's an SEC running back. He proved on that play that was a defensive lineman. He carried into the end zone. He carried into the end zone. That wasn't the the greatest blocking by the O line, right? That guard, that defense, I was gonna say guards. That three tech beat the down block. And when you beat the down block, you got penetration. He beat the down block, got penetration, but he couldn't one on tackle. Shouldn't get a SEC back down. Second drop. Y'all, if we being honest, right? The defense showed leakage all game. They didn't play even a great game when all the starters were in, which leads to me, why would you take them out if the starters were not playing lockdown defense? Shaka said Dowdle has the biggest run play of the year. Shaka. You're right. He did. You're right. I still personally believe Patterson has the best running back skill set in the room. And I honestly don't think it's close. I'm not saying it's the Red Sea level wide, but I don't think it's close. Skill set wise. Now, I don't think Patterson fits the downhill, getting 2-3 yards, hopefully 4 in a cloud of dust. But I would say this: Patterson is closer to Boone. Ooh, I'm about to say a word. I think Patterson is closer to Boone than McGowan and or Dowdell is closer to Benny and C-Rod at this moment. That's a take right there. Ooh, that's a take. That might be too strong a take for me, but I'm gonna go with it. That's the first thing that came to mind. I'm gonna say it again. So if anybody wanna clip it, clip it. Patterson is closer to Boone than Seth and or Dowdell is close to C-Rod and Benny. I think Seth is a combination of Benny and C-Rod. Probably not as big as C-Rod, just as powerful as Benny. Might have a little bit more speed than both of them, maybe. Dowdell is closer to C-Rod, but has some Benny type running in him. I'm gonna go with that. I don't trust anyone more on short yards on this team than Dowdell. Well, I don't know, man. We need 2, he gets 3. I hear you, Shaka. And I hear what you're saying. And I agree with what you're saying. You know what? I take that back. Yes. You were right, because he can break one, which I didn't think he could until he broke one. So yes, you are probably right. I gotta agree with you now, because he proved that he can run 70 some yards. So yeah, you right. You right. I'm a I'm gonna give you that one, Shock. You're right. I'm wrong. JD's in the house. What's up, JD? All right. So, like, this defense gave up leakage. Now, this is a play, man, that is extremely, extremely, extremely difficult on this nickelback. Extremely difficult. But we have to play it better, in my opinion. This guy is outside of you. When he cracks the linebacker, you have to come with bad intentions on creating that post. Gotta create that post, man. Gotta create that fence. If you don't create that fence, the wild animals get outside and then you know where they're going. So like on this, he lines up almost in the middle of the field. He's a little biased to this hash. Watch where he ends up. He ends up outside the hash. So what happens is he widens and he makes the hole. So right now, the hole is this big. When he widens, he makes the hole that big. That allows this running back to run away from these guys even more before he has to turn up. That's not good. So right now, instead of waiting, when you see lineman downfield, you see this guy coming at you, even if you thought it was a pass, let's say you thought it was a flood route, you go hit him and get back in your zone to get the second level anyway. But right now, we can't widen. He doesn't see the crack. So that's a problem. But the safety can. This safety should be coming downhill anyway. So right now, we can't widen. If we were here, it makes it easier for this guy to come and make that tackle. See how everything works together in concert with each other? You cannot widen. When you widen with the crack, now he's blocked, but we still got this defensive lineman. If you would have came and hit him right here, he might make the tackle for a 2-yard gain. That is a win for a defense. 3 yards or less for defense is a win. 2 yards is a win. 3 yards is borderline. But less than 3 is a win. See how it wide? Now that made this lineman have to run like 5 yards further. Can't do that. You can't widen. You cannot widen. I'm just teaching. That's what I want you to understand. Even if this guy blocks you, but you go out and take out that left leg of his. Just take it out. Just go submarine and just take him out. And this guy has to stop and bounce. That's just as good as you already been out there. Just as good as you been out there. I'd rather you come up here, take on this blocker as soon as possible, eliminate him, make him have to make a decision. Because if you do that, it's going to shock him. He's going to have to skip, and get outside. That allows these guys to make up ground. Can't widen, man. Cannot widen as a defensive player who has to set up defense. You got to set up that post as close to the end man line of scrimmage as you can. Get your concrete bag out. Get your pole digger and dig that hole as close to the tackle as possible. Close as humanly possible. Get that quick set in and let it set up real quickly and set that down, that fence. Man, am I wrong for being even more discouraged? Oh my God. Peanut butter bye. Peanut butter bye. Peanut butter bye. I can't today. I can't. Good tackle by Wood. That's probably Ty Bryant. Good tackle. A little bit slow to the action, but good tackle nonetheless. So now, since Steven said you like the highlight, so now, 2 plays in a row. We can't compound bad plays after bad plays. I'm going to show it from the end zone. We're going to run through it. If you have contained, you got to stay contained. As simple as that. The game is easy. See, this is So I played in the late 80s, early 90s in high school. I, excuse me, I played when you had to roll a big TV into a room, have a VH player. VHs were pretty new at the time to see other teams play. So there wasn't a high level of watching opponents in high school. I just had this conversation at the game on Friday. It's like when I played football, all I knew was about Baton Rouge players. And I even didn't know about all of them. If I didn't play with or against you in Pee Wee football and I didn't know you, I didn't know who you were. So the level of information was greatly reduced, which to me lowered the anxiety level because you had no idea who this other team was when you played them. You had no idea. Like our coach created a game plan, so you kind of knew what their plays were, but you didn't know the tackle was 300 pounds, the running back was 250. You did not know because we didn't have the access that kids have now. So my senior year, we got a new offensive coordinator. New offense coordinator brought a brand new offense. And first game, no, not the first game. It might have been whatever it was. The efficiency of the offense wasn't great. So we had a talk. We decided, hey, we're going to come in before school starts, Monday through Thursday, and watch film on the opponent. That was my first introduction to really learning football. Through those, about an hour a day, my knowledge of the game increased so much that it completely slowed the game down for me because I knew what they were going to do. You remember high school football? It ain't like somebody's running like 18 million coverages. I knew what they were going to do before they even called the play, their whatever their scheme, and I knew how we were going to attack it. That was the best thing that ever happened to me. So to watch film back in those days was cumbersome. It was highly to get to film. Look, coaches had to meet each other to exchange tapes. You had to drive. Some affiliate of your school probably had to drive to a drop-off point and exchange tapes with the other team's affiliate, so you can get tape to watch. And that could be a 3-hour drive, because North Louisiana to South Louisiana is a long drive. The thing is like, well, we drove to Shreveport, like 4 or 5 hours to Shreveport. So you had to drive 2 hours to meet at a rendezvous spot somewhere in between. Now you can get the damn film. It can get uploaded to the cloud and you get the film the next damn day. So as a player, you should watch film. Know what else you can get quickly? When I played, there was no defensive playbook. You had to learn the defense as the coach prescribed it. And when I was in high school, we ran a lot of coverages. We just didn't run 1 or 2 coverage. We ran a lot of coverages. So you had to learn that shit on the fly. Nowadays, you can install it online. JDIMO. So all these players, there's no excuse. In today's football, there is no damn excuse for you not to know your defensive scheme, because it's installed online. You have access to it anytime, 24/7. You ain't got to find a way to make sure that the room is unlocked. You got to go get a key to get to the film room the room that has the big TV with the VHS. Like, you don't have to do that anymore. You can watch on your phone, your tablet, your laptop, your smart TV. There's no fucking excuse. So, reason why I say that is that I know that there's a game plan. I know that they are responsible. Like, these people, everybody, not just us, them too. They should know what to fucking do. Now, are you gonna be 100% a robot? No, but you should know what to do. So, in this situation, Scott has contain slash running back on option. Rayner has quarterback on option. All right. I'm so old, JD. What was that? JD Hall, Jeff Drummond might know. What was that thing where you had the film and you had a spool on one and you used to crank it and you can wipe it off? I think later you could wipe it off on the spot, but when I first got, you had to write it, then roll it, then write on it, then roll it. What was that thing called? But it was clear, transparent thing on the what was that on the projector? That's how old I am. So they have to work in concert with each other. So let me see if it'll change this. The red has quarterback, the yellow has pitch. So alignment assignment football. Right now, Scott is playing it right. You don't want to go straight to the running back. Because then the quarterback, if you go straight up to him, you create a natural alley. So what you want to do is do exactly what it's doing. Shoulders parallel to the line of scrimmage, and then shuffle. Slow play, that's what we call it. Slow play. Shuffle, shuffle. What it does, it allows everybody to retrace. Farmer, you have 11 years on me. See? Overhead projector. There you go. See, I'm glad. Overhead projector. Thank you, back in the South. Yeah. Those overhead project. JD said, yeah. Those overhead projectors. Microfiche yeah, that too. No, but it wasn't microfiche. That was in the library. That overhead, boy, when they got that one where you could spray the liquid on it and then wipe it down and not have to roll it so much, whew, that was a life changer. So Scott has to slow play it. So he's fine here. He's fine, right? The thing about it is once your responsibility begins to out leverage you, which means he gets wider than you are, you gotta abort this. You gotta hope that these guys are doing their job, because that ain't your job. You can help them out and be a great teammate and brother by slow playing it and making him indecisive. But once he gets outside, you gotta go. And he does not go. He plays quarterback too much. See that? We got a guy on quarterback. We got guys hustling. If Rayner misses him and he misses him on the correct side, and a quarterback has to turn up, look at these two guys. That's what you call team defense. But now, because one guy made a mistake and didn't handle his job trying to do his job, they get a big play. I'm going to be honest with you, y'all. This game was full of mistakes. Like this. Like, it's just twofold for me, because I don't know exactly what's going on, because I'm kind of in between. I'm going to go from the end zone view. Kind of in between on exactly what happened. Because if we are slanting, gaps are moving, right? If he's slanting into that A gap, he's slanting to that B gap, he has contained. He's slanting to that B gap, he's slanting, he has contained. The gap that is open for the one linebacker of the field is this A gap. If y'all see that. If we're slanting into B, we're slanting to A, we're slanting into B, we have contained, we have contained here, there's only one open gap, and that's for the linebacker. Now, you can't get washed all the way across the line of scrimmage. You can't. Watch. I think they're slanting. Am I wrong? I think they're slanting. I think this 3-tech is trying to get to here. That's what I'm seeing. If he's trying to get to there, he's got to be here. He can't get washed. Okay? He can't get washed across. So now, if he gets washed across, what I think, I could be wrong, is that now he is confused. The center comes out at him. He sees a wash, and he tries to go fill backside. And there's a gash. There's a mass hole in just about every explosive they hit. Not excusing just, yeah. JD, there's hold on every play. As Coach Smith used to tell us, that's a personal problem. Let's hold on every play. I'm going to look at this from the end zone too. Because there's nothing quote unquote wrong with this, but in my opinion, it's detrimental. All right. First of all, he reads this like he know what the play is. He doesn't take any of the fake. He doesn't take any of that look fake. Right? He sees running back slide, and he slides with him. I mean, he catches him. He's where he needs to be before he is. So now for me, and I don't know if they're taught to lock on since it's a flood route. It's a boot. For me, I would rather him. Ooh, let me go to the other angle because you can see it better. All right, right here. He's in perfect shape right here. Rayner read this early. I would rather him force the quarterback to throw this one because, yeah, they do have smart boards, JD. Form, I'm not that old. Stone tablets, I'm not quite that old. I kind of skipped that. I would rather make him throw this. If there's a guy underneath you, I guarantee you there's a guy behind you. So get a little more depth, make him throw this, and make a hit for a 3-yard gain, then to give up the 12-yard. Because he's in perfect position. See that? If he would have been, I'm not asking to be back here. I'm asking to be about right here. He's right there. He might knock this ball down. Or he's got to throw it here. That's all I'm saying. Get a little depth. Get a little depth. Force the shorter throw on the floor. If a quarterback rolls for young people, and there's so many ways for teams to get 3 levels. All right. I don't know what the inside guy did. I don't know. But they brought this guy all the way from across for the second level. And they brought him for the first level. And I'm 100% sure they probably drove him off that way. And maybe they did that to the opposite hash. I don't know. But they got 3 levels. 1, 2, 3 by bringing this guy to the second level. You can get to it many ways. But if there is a rollout and a guy's in the flat, there's somebody behind you. And what teams started doing, from what I've noticed, is back in the day, it'd have been go route, second level, third level. And what happened is now this guy has an easier chance of covering these two because he sees them. What teams start doing is I haven't seen it from this far most of the time. I guess it is from a tight end. I guess he is reduced. Is they bring this guy here because if he's sitting here, there's a little bit of a window before this guy gets to him. I got you, Farmer. But anyway, you should get depth. Don't become a flat magnet. Flat magnets are bad for DBs. They tried us there. Nothing there. Good defense. It's just unfortunate that we gave up so many yards to get to this point. And it was because it was self-inflicted. Now this is a cover sack. We brought 3 and got pressure. Now we bring an extra. Look, I have looked at the first 3 games. This is the best game running front I'm gonna say in the history of the Stoops era. And here's why. First, it's a decent setup by Souls. He could have been a little bit more aggressive upfield before he came under. But this is why it's big. It's because this defensive lineman gets out to get contained. Watch. He's struggling to get contained. This is big. We have contained. We're in better rush lanes. Like, that's huge. When he tries to escape out the back end, see that? Now we have him to pull him up. It doesn't seem like a lot, but that's huge. That's pass lane discipline. That is outstanding. And the game is what got the pressure on him quick. Now, this guy got that out there somehow. And this is what tackling is about on this level. If you got to go 1v1, you're going to lose more than you're going to win. But when you create a spot where there's 3 guys and this guy can't go anywhere, that's team defense. 4th down. See that game? That's a good game. You know what? I take that bat on Souls. Looking at this view, that's even better. That's a good game. And 94 Gadsden. He maintained outside discipline. Didn't try to go inside and do too much. Your job is to farm and create that fence. That's perfect, man. That's beautiful football. When it's done right, man, it looks so good. At least to my eye. Now, this shit made no sense. I get it. I get it. I get why they went for it. But to not spread us out and to go Wildcat? No. No. Look at the amount of penetration we get over here. Watch how we create a new line of scrimmage about 1 yard in the backfield. Look at that. Look at the push. Look at the push. They have one guy that somehow found a way to get through that scrum. We got a line of scrimmage, a new line of scrimmage on their side of the ball. I don't get it. I get why you go for it. I don't get why you run Wildcat. Unless you had a running back that capacity. Like Wildcat made no sense. None. Now Kendrick, you know you got to turn it up eventually. With Macklin blocking that guy out, you can't continue to press the corner. You got to eventually get to there. Now, if Macklin would have hooked him, now different. But you see right now, Macklin's not hooking him. You got to turn up. Oh, what I just. Got to find where I'm at, guys. My bad. Jeez. So he's got to find Macklin and cut it. Not to say he would have gotten a lot more yards, but I think he would have got one or two more. And every yard counts, man. Every yard in this game counts. In every game. I don't know what. I'm not an offensive lineman, but if we're running wide zone, we need to work more as a unit. There shouldn't be a gap there. As I know wide zone. Like, who is that? Is that Braun? Braun should be pushing closer to Jagger's, Burton's, Jagger's hip more than I don't know what he's doing because as he cut him off, then Pete could have cut off. We got to get to this linebacker because there's no one line. Oh, nope, take that back. He is lined up in front of him. Take that back. Take that back. When you get 7 yards out of it, I can't complain too much. Quick dive. That worked later in the end zone. I'm trying to see why he cut up there. See, I think the hole is there. See, I don't know why he cut up here. No, what his vision was. Because that little DB that just took out Farmer, this little guy, and I love his aggression. Is that a DB or linebacker? That linebacker DB took out Farmer right there. That was your route. Right outside of him. Because he took out Farmer, but you would have been, he's taking out a blocker. See that right there? See Farmer getting back? If he would have ran right outside of him with that, this lineman back is to you. You might be still running. But we got a seal here. He's sealing him. You run by him, ain't nobody over there. South Carolina could be a total mess by the time. I don't wanna. Don't ever say that peanut butter. They could be, but they could not be. Who does South Carolina play next? It's a good game. No, they play a. It's not a good game because South Carolina is one of the teams, one of the good teams that was on our schedule before the season that had not so. It wasn't a trap game between. We weren't in the middle of two good teams before and after us. I think they play another G5. No, I take that back. They play Missouri. Oh, snap. They play Missouri next week. Ooh. What do they do? Do they rest Sellers with the concussion and bring him back for us? Do they rush him back too quickly and he might get ooh, that's a tough one. Who plays a Florida must play somebody. Somebody plays a Auburn. Vandy got fortunate in that game, Tyler. Even if they were not moving the ball on Vandy, but I think the score was 10-7 when Sellers got out. I had on one of my screens. When Sellers went out, the wheels fell off. Vandy might have still won that game, but it wouldn't have been 30 something to whatever. So to beat the brakes off needs to be tempered a little bit. That's just like when South Carolina came to us in 2022 and Will Levis got hurt in the Ole Miss game, but then played in that Vandy game, and we had to start Kyle Sharon. So quarterback's important. We must have saw something in this game because these throwback tight end throws, we ran at least 3 to 4 of them. That's a great ball. I'm gonna tell you something, y'all. That's great defense by this guy because you have the rollout, and he identified Caddis pretty quickly, sneaking out. This is damn good defense. But as I say, great throw beats great defense 1,000% of the time. 1,000. Who else ran this play? Tennessee ran this play on Georgia. It worked for their touchdown early in the first quarter. This is a play here. This is the play where I thought we blocked this thing perfect. This wide zone perfect. And this is the one where I say, boom, boom. I could be wrong, but that's the one when you see all these guys riding the wave, as they call it, riding the wave, when they riding the wave, you hit that thing backside and in the current, and they get taken by the toe, by the undercurrent. This is the one I saw where if you patient, you got vision, you see this guy peeking here, boom, boom. You got one guy, him, and I'm better than him. I could be nitpicking. I have to see what Anthony says. I show this on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll show that play to Anthony. See what SEC running back thinks. Ooh, that's a great play by that corner. God damn. Yeah. Y'all, if there's anything else that I love, I don't care if it's Louisville, I don't care if it's Tennessee. When I see a corner who's a willing participant in the run game and doesn't give a damn about their body, it makes me happy. Yeah. That's Dowdle. You know whom the running backs are, and you know this is one of the biggest ones. And you come up and support the run like that, bruh, bruh, bruh. Damn, that's good. Can't make this throw now. It's hard for me to say because I don't have the true routes. I don't know what's going on. That wasn't the throw. Oh, you think so, John? That was the player that took him out? Okay. Dude, that I, I got goosebumps. Hey, if you got a corner that is willing to sacrifice his body to support the run, there is nothing better for a defensive coordinator. He came with bad intentions, did not slow up, played his leverage, made him turn in, and got a big bite out of crime. Damn. 3rd and 19. I showed this plan of cut. This is check, 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 check. This is so good. 3rd and 19 is crazy. And for them to run cover 3, to me, was not the best coverage. To me, I'm running palms all day. I should start. You know what I'm gonna start doing, y'all? Because my handwriting on this thing is horrible. I got a text. I'm playing palms. Get rid of that filler. Can I get rid of that filler? I'm playing palms. And this went to the boundary. I might go cover 6. It's 3rd 19. I'm not rolling any coverages. I'll probably go cover 6. Is it trips? Let me see what trips are. Is it trips? Is it empty? No, it's doubles. I'm definitely going palms and doubles. Shit, that makes it easy. I'm going palms and doubles. I might go cover 6 depending. I'm going 6 of palms. They went cover 3. And what cover 3 does, y'all, I'm gonna just show you what cover 3 does. I'm gonna do it. Try to do it here. Oops. You know what? I'm gonna do it in the screen. What cover 3 does, if you have 3 guys deep, when you got 3 guys deep, come on. When you got 3 guys deep, see these little areas here? Ooh. Can I do I can do a slanted one. Guess I don't have to do a slanted one. See those little alleys there? See the little alleys? See those little seams? That's where you can fit one in. Right over the linebackers in front of the safeties. When you run cover 3, it's difficult if they go doubles because they can hit both of those seams and threaten that safety in the middle. And that's what we did. This is a perfect call for this coverage. Good job by Cutter just letting it rip. He let it rips when he's even. See, that's the key. He's gone. That safety's gonna have a tough time getting there. That's perfect ball, man. That's high level. Boom. Get it there. Now that corner should have been inside, but praise to us that we confounded them. This is so close, y'all. This is touchdown. If we get a better block on this guy. Oops. Still got that. We get a better block on that guy. We get a better block on that guy. This is touchdown because once Cutter sets up here, he should hit step and throw it because he's butt naked open right now. He is about as open as you're going to get a receiver. He is a good 1.5 yards in front of this guy, a good yard and a half. If he throws that thing right now, it's touchdown. Okay? Since he had to wait, I think he might have caught it, but let's look at it. This is the exact play Tennessee ran. If Cutter put his foot in the ground, instead of running for it, hit step and threw it now, this is a touchdown. Easy. Easy. But it is what it is. It's a good throw. I don't particularly like this throw. I don't like this wasted play on 2nd and 10 when we don't have dudes on the perimeter. This is not a great route in my standpoint. He didn't set him up real nice. He didn't attack that inside foot more. He went straight at him, which is not a problem, but you're so close to the sideline. Jeff, I was going to ask the folks watching on TV what it looked like. I don't think it was I can see someone, JD, since they call it incomplete on the field, being hard to overturn. The ball might have shifted. I don't think it moved when he hit the ground. And if it's called incomplete, I can see how they didn't change it. If it was called completion, I think they would have upheld the touchdown. There was a slight. It wasn't a bobble. It wasn't a. It didn't disengage with his arms. It was a shift maybe. So now the problem is he's so close to the sideline. As a former quarterback, I I can deal I can deal with 5 yards of room, but I would like 7. 7 is the bottom of the numbers. I would like for you to ride the bottom of the numbers all the way down the field and allow me to throw you to the sideline if I need to, because it gives me room for error. Right now, he's maybe 5 yards now. So now you have nowhere to release. Your release got to press him and then go outside. So now you're going to get even closer to the sideline, which gives me no room for error to throw you a deep ball. See there's then you get pressed. See, now I got to throw a perfect ball. That's why I don't like that play call in that situation. 3rd and 10. This is the one. He's got to. He has no choice. It's not even a second thought. If you're reading the boundary and we run smash and this corner sinks, you gotta bang that right now. It's without hesitation. You didn't earn, it's 3rd and 10. You didn't earn the right. You lost on 1st and 2nd down. Give him the damn ball. Give him the ball. This guy is 6 yards off. If you complete it and he makes a good move, we can get to 4th and 1, or maybe gets the 1st down. If not, we get the 4th and 3. Now that gives Stoops a choice to either go for it or not. We can't let them bail us out consistently when you had a guy open. I don't like that. Get it to the guy. Give it to him. Fortunate enough, this is the other one. This play against Toledo goes for nothing. Let me play it. That little skip right here, that skip, boom, 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 allow the blocks to set up. That's the only reason. Early in the season, he would have ran into that guy he would have ran into the block. We would have got negative yards. But because he's patient. Did that little side, that elongated step, boom, boom, hit the hole? Bro, that's so damn pretty. And he has that acceleration through the hole, low into the hole, fast out of it. That's Pacheco. Nah, he's not quite Lev Bell, JD. He ain't quite that smooth. But that's night and day from week 1 and week 2. That's good stuff, man. Pin and pull, Shaka, is great until people realize you start to pin and pull a lot. Cause we can make that block that down block almost impossible and penetrate. That's the only bad part about pin and pull, y'all. If I can get in that gap, if I can line up as a 3 tech and that pull, that tackle got to block down on that 3 tech because the guard is not technically covered. One gap down, he's not covered, so he don't have to block down. But that tackle has to scoop that down 3 tech. Oh, you just call him Lev? You ain't even call him Le'Veon. I did, JD. You're right. You're right. I did. So now defense. This is the shit that bothers me. It goes back to the Ole Miss game. After we tied the damn game 20-20 and we gave up a fucking long drive. I appreciate that, JD. Those are copious notes too. We gave up a down drive, and then it was 27 to damn 20. Damn. Like right now, it's 14-0. Really, it's defense 7, offense 7, Eastern Michigan 0. But then we gotta make that tackle. Gotta make that sack. You didn't earn the right. 2nd and 4, okay, we lost. New set of downs, no problem with that. This is good work here. Who is that? Watch this. Is this Green? I want y'all to watch him fucking lift this right tackle up off the ground. Dude, look at this. That's a picture. Dude, look. Ooh, 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 ooh. I gotta get a better. Look at him. That's overhead press. Look at Big 70, whatever he is. Look at how he just manhandle him. Bruh. Who is that? Is that? Maybe I'll see you after the play. Ooh, 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 that is. Oh, ooh. Boy, y'all can see my face. God. Y'all. That is crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Bruh. 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 That's crazy. This guy is, if he's not 270, he's 270 something. Dude, to get up under him and to bench press him apart, that's crazy. So that setup -2. My man is like, dude, what the fuck just happened? Green's like, man, I should have brought my weightlifting belt because my back hurt now. I'm gonna say one thing. Was he big, Jeff? I'm gonna say one thing. Right now, I'm talking mad. I'm talking mad. I'm talking mad. Not trash. I'm talking mad shit right now. You like moon. But did you see me? Were you not on your tippy toes? Did you paint those toenails last night, bro? I'm going crazy right now, dude. Not only did he push them back, dude. He's 3 yards in the backfield. So now, this is what I want y'all to see. So remember how I said earlier, like even if you have contained, if you are aggressive, watch what the running back does. He's got to see that. That's all. As a defense, that's all you want the running back to do is to hesitate, and that's not like Seth did a minute ago where he's been patient. This is whoa, wait, what just happened? Right? He stopped him in his tracks. He made the tackle. He ain't gonna get no credit for this, but he made the tackle. That ain't right. Chaka said he trying to push him back across the Atlantic. Oh shit! He tried to reverse slavery, Shaka. That's what he tried to do. He tried to reverse slavery. I heard the kids from Africa hasn't played much football. Man, he's a big boy. Damn. Oh, Shaka, that's a bar. Whew. I'ma stop. That is shit now. That's the play of the game. That's the moment of the. Who I know he's talking. I know he's talking hot mess. And then we do this. I already did it in cut ups, but I want people to really grasp this. I want people to really grasp this. You have to know, oh, we give them credit. Well, I say this all the time, y'all. The film room is different from the stat sheet 100% of the time. Even though the guy gets stats and all that stuff, I'm gonna say this: there are guys who get stats whom players hate because the stats are based on you being conservative and letting people catch balls in front of you, for example, as a corner and making tackles. So you might end up with 10 tackles in a great grade when you get graded by the coach because you did what you're supposed to do. You made the tackle, but shit, they leaked us the whole game, right? Stats are not everything. But that right there is gonna play well. I want people to understand this, Joe. You gotta understand offenses and defenses. When a back is stationed away from trips, they either like sliding and he's trying to help with a block, or he's trying to get out on a route. It's trips away. In this situation, as a corner, you try to identify whom can make your life live in hell. You got two guys. You got one, you have two. Okay? Simple. When one goes in, you stay your ass here. If two goes across, now I can start looking across and getting work because now I have no one else in my zone. But when one goes in and this guy leaks, it's right in your face. Right in your face. This is another fucking big play. And I hate big plays with a passion. Why are we following? And we bring in six. We bring in, we're bringing six, y'all. And we're playing cover 3, fire zone with 2 underneath. So we got 5 here and we rushing 6. So there's no need to travel with him. 0. Because it's 2nd and 11. Make them throw it underneath. Keep your ass where you're supposed to be, especially when you got a threat in the backfield. This shit bothers me to more than anything else. There's no reason for that. None. The stat I was picking was tackles, and they were getting picked on and couldn't keep anybody from catching the ball. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, John. I missed your first one. I used to choose tackles for defensive guy, and I noticed I was always picking up next guy cut. Mm. This looks like one of these DBs messed up the blitz replace and didn't run with the wheel. See, that's a good question. This will only the only thing I will peel a contained blitzer on if we were in man shotgun. That's my philosophy. Like if we playing dude defense, that's your dude, that's your dude, that's your dude, and then maybe that's your dude. Now we can play green dog, have him peel on release, and then bring him. That's the only way I would peel on this situation. Since we're in zone, we're playing fire zone. This guy will have the wheel route because we're playing zone. Oh, this burns me up. Now, I have not done a good job of this. I want y'all to understand. I knows nothing about this defense as far as coverage install. I know zero. I'm only giving my best educated, knowledgeable, I don't like to say guess, knowledgeable analysis of what I see. Um, there's only a certain amount of coverages you can play. You can play some match zone, but there's only a certain amount of coverages. So for me, I don't know. Like Shaka said, he could have had blitz pill. He could have. I don't know. It's just like a play later on in this half where I'm starting to change my opinion. That might have been more of a blitz pill than this one because the corner's Iron Man. But I'm giving my best thought process of what is. Don't if you hear me on these, don't go to somebody else and say, that's exactly what's wrong. I have a pretty good idea, but I'm wrong sometimes. See, like even here, just a little bit, y'all, as a corner. Now, he did a good job here. He looked. Keep looking. You got guys underneath. Get depth. Get depth. These guys, you see your two brothers up here. You don't need to make a three's a crowd. Get your ass, keep dropping. That might be someone coming right behind you. But good coverage. Good job. Make them throw it away. He is 9 yards away. Nichols learned from last week. 9 yards away. He's on the 25. He's on the 16. 9 yard cushion. Watch his eyes on quarterback. Slow back pedal. When he breaks, everything I like about this. He locates receiver, breaks on the ball. Boom. So let's go through the math, y'all. You know how I like math. So quarterback's gonna throw it from the 30 to the 20, a 10-yard throw. 10-yard throw. That might be about 20 and 10. A squared, B squared. I'm going to say it's about 15 yards. So a 15-yard throw. If you're 5 yards away from him, you can break this pass up. Well, we are a little bit more than 5. We are about 6 almost. So you're going to be a yard short when he catch the ball. Fuck, man. The math be mathing. Is he not a yard short? Is he not a yard short? Is he not a yard short? He's a yard away from the receiver. When he catch the ball, he's a yard away. He needed to be 5. He's a little more than 5. But guess what he does? He's able to make a tackle right now because he was on a yard away on contact. When you're that close, that's an easy. Well, I'm gonna stop preaching over here. If y'all wanna pass the collection plate for my preaching on Sundays, there's that Cash App down there. Boy, that's a good set. See, I've learned from Anthony White and Nick Rouse. There's that Cash App, $ LA Bluegrass. If y'all feel in your heart to give a donation when I'm preaching on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. 3rd and 7. Nothing there. Good defense. Now we just gave up 3. Shit. Gave up 1 big play and gave up 3. Woo-wee. You don't have to block everybody. He's coming from outside and we coming up inside zone. Nowhere to go. Pow, pow. Love it. What's that? 8 yards? Woo-wee. You get 8 yards on first down, boy. Boy, you living pretty. Running over people. So that's 3 runs in a row. Find a little rhythm. We can't block everybody. We tried to. We can't block everybody. We still got 2, didn't we? 2.5. I don't think this doesn't look like a. Is this true RPO? He read it right. This is just a great play by him. Maybe he needs to ride that pocket a little bit more. Chaka, you're right. It's dude. He is Diedrich Henry. That's short. That's Derrick Henry's brother. DeAndre Henry. That's probably better. He is DeAndre Henry, Derrick Henry's brother. Derrick Henry's well, what is it? It's not identical, so fraternal. Um, this guy makes a damn good play, but I think if Cutter rides the mesh a little bit longer, just a little bit longer, then he doesn't come all the way across. That's just a good play by him, man. That's just a great play. It's there. He made a great play. This is a bad throw. This is a bad throw, y'all. I think I think I kept the press box, the all 22. All right, I want y'all to understand. First of all, I'm gonna keep saying this. In high school and college football, when you're on the opposite hash, throwing the ball from the opposite hash all the way to the sideline is an excessively long throw. That's crazy. This is like, I want you to understand, that's 10, 20 yards. So that's and it's to the sideline, really. He throws to the sideline. That's a 20-yard throw. Let me use all the tools that I have. Sometimes I so we are getting into geometry. So this is 20. This is more like 36-ish, around about. So that is a long throw. And what happens for a DB on that longer throw, you don't have to guard the receiver all the way to this point. You don't have to guard the receiver all the way to that point. All you got to do is be able to bisect this line at any point. If you bisect this line at any point, it's a pick. You don't have to get to here to pick it. Right? You can enter it at any time, and that's what happens here. He undercuts it and bisects it right in front. That's a long throw. All right. What I thought when I saw it live, it is a perfect call. If when you see the runner breaking out too, that was an easier throw with it. Yeah. I know what he's thinking though, Shock is third and long. I know what he's thinking, but this is what I thought he would with his arrogance, arrogance, not arrogance in a bad way. All right. So with 40 yards back in the South, I'm not shocked. So when they switch release, what I mean by switch release is this receiver becomes number 1 and that receiver comes number 2. All right. So what they're doing is trying to create leverage, right? So here's the great thing for me. This is why I would not have thrown it. Is right now when I see nobody here, nobody there, I'm throwing it there. And when I get this switch release, I know if they're playing man, this guy is going to have inside leverage on him. So when he goes by him, I can throw him all the way across the field. Not all the way, but I can throw him away from his leverage. Watch. And they held whoever that is. Right now, if this was, I'm going to just say, talk about this. Right now, I'm throwing it about right in here. I'm going to throw it away from him into the middle, more into the middle of the field. I'm going to talk about this throw. If Cutter was in the middle of the field or on the hash, this would have been an easier throw, and he's got him because these guys are inside. So he's got leverage. But because of the length of the throw, let's do this. I'm going to get fancy. Because of the length of the throw, which means he's got to elevate it, it gives those guys time to get under. It's 3-on-2. Shouldn't something else be available? In theory, Jeff, yes. But also in theory, no. Because we only got 2 guys over here. We only got 2. We only got 2 guys. If we had another guy, yes, our other 2 is over here. And if he's going to read this way, they put 3-on-2 on purpose. So where else is he going to go? Because they have 3-on-2 over here. On defense, Jeff, we are always trying for one more than what you have. 100% of the time. We are going to very rarely get caught in even numbers or the same number. There's always going to be either a linebacker come underneath, there'll be 2-on-1, or there's going to be 4-on-3. Like that's defense coverage 1-on-1. You're going to always have one. Now the only difference is they are lined up at the same yard line. That's the only, or the same distance away. And that's because they are bunched. That doesn't mean you still can't take advantage of it. And my taking advantage of it, since there's no, once, in my opinion, this is my opinion, once one of these guys don't drop into half coverage, I'm throwing a deep route. I'm just, once, right now, I see them clustering here. I'm on the opposite hash. I can't throw the out route because I'm thinking twofold. What if this guy, they switch and he takes the out route? That's a pick. And if these guys bisect my angle, it's a pick. You know what's not a pick? Is with them sitting how they're sitting, and my guy runs by him, and I throw him away. If this guy takes the switch route, then I'm throwing it to the outside. If this guy takes the switch route, then I'm throwing it to the inside. The tough part about it playing a quarterback is the level of anticipation, but he had time though. He had time. He didn't have to throw it early. He's got time. Like that. That's the thing about it, is he has time. I know his internal clock is like I gotta throw it, but he's got time. He could have stepped up in the pocket one more hitch. Bruh, I'm telling you. Right there. We got some cooking. We got some cooking. I think his forgetting that he's on the opposite hash is one instance, is one issue. The other thing, he thinks he has a cannon that he can make that throw. That's almost an impossible throw. He would have had to throw that ball early. He would have had to have thrown that ball right now. That ball's got to be out. He would have to throw it right now. He throws it right now, then it minimizes the time the ball's in the air while they are breaking. He throws it now to the bottom of the numbers. He might have a chance. That's a dangerous throw. Dangerous. Too dangerous for my life. That should have been a pick. This is actually pretty good work. I think it's by this nickelback. Yeah. That's pretty good work by Scott. Not allowing him to get outside. That's good work. They're gonna get us. Rayner could have done a little better job, but he wasn't in bad shape. That's a good job. I think that's Saunders. Got to find a way to get off the field. 3rd and 4 is hard. Look at the pressure, man. Look, man, I'm gonna tell you something. This is the best we have looked in running games. I'm telling you, I've ever seen from this group. I want y'all to understand that. Is that number 60? Who is number 60? He is lined up at a 3 tech, and his job is to wrap all the way around for contain. Watch what these guys do. Get an inside push. He wraps all the way around. He has contained. Big man got. Dude, now this is lucky. This is the best game running front 4 I've seen in a long time. Top tier. 60 is Gusta? Who's 90, JD? Is 90 Grace? See, I don't even know numbers yet, y'all. Dude, that's high level. David Gusta is David Gusta And I saw Joe. Hey, does anybody know what's wrong with Josiah? I saw him on the sideline in the second half with a towel. Didn't seem like he played. What's wrong with Josiah? David Gusta is it. Of all the pickups, Humphrey Grace. Okay, of all the pickups this year, David Gusta is the most valuable. Of all the pickups, all the portal guys, he's the most valuable. He's making this defense tick. Period. Most important guy on the defense, and he's come to play ball. Come to play ball. I don't know his number because I just know him as a nose, but man, he brings the funk. It's a noticeable difference when he's not in the game. I've come to figure. I think this is Olds, right? Because Green is two. I think Olds tries to do too much. I think he's not maybe getting the amount of snaps, and he's trying to do too much. This is a perfect situation of alignment assignment. Olds, you have quarterback. Afari has this cutback. See how Afari doesn't go running? See how he doesn't chase gap over here? Ramsey. Okay. See, I don't even know the damn roster. Oops, shoot. Where were we? Way further than that because it's second quarter. Still further than that. All right. So, Afari does a good job of staying backside. He has cutback. If you see all the gaps, 92 has that A gap. 70 Ramsey. Okay, that's who Ramsey. Ramsey is holding that B gap. There's nowhere for Afari to go. He's got backside cutback. So if Olds take quarterback, if this running back cuts back here, guess who's there? Watch him. We don't need you there. Look at that. Bam. 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 That's alignment assignment football. You don't have the inside zone. That's Afari's job. He's unblocked. He's unblocked. Shit. I hate not doing alignment assignment. Now, if the quarterback would have faked you out, that's an athlete out athleting you. No problem with that. But when you don't do your job and handle your assignment, that's when I have a problem. I have a problem with you not handling your assignment. Damn good talk about Favre. Holding back in. I know you had a blitz. I'm gonna say something else since I saw it. Because we gave it away. Yo. Thank you, Shaka. DYJ. You know what, Shaka? I'm gonna create a t-shirt. How many people would buy a do your job t-shirt? I got enough. I know a lot of designers. We can design a t-shirt. Do your job. Look, DBs, high school quarterbacks. I think college quarterbacks know. When you have, I'm gonna go back to this. When you have a safety that's lined up over a guy, could be a nickel, could be a linebacker, that's lined over number 2. Did you? I'm gonna have to do that, Shaka. DYJ. So so Coach Smith was the only one that said do your job. The Vango card might be awesome, JD. That Vango card might be an awesome T-shirt. When you have a linebacker, nickelback, DB lined up over number 2, and you have a safety that's lined up directly up over number 2, 9.9999% of the time, that guy is coming. There's only one reason why he's lined up directly over number 2, because he has him man to man. He's covering up, so you just can't run a hot route and have him just come here and hook up hot route. So, saying that because as a defensive player, you also can't do this. See this? See how he's coming down? It's like, dude, what do you? It's obvious. Just a piece of advice. If we trying to disguise. If you trying to show it, just show it. Good job by Rayner on that defensive coverage. 3rd and 8. Now we won. Now we gotta get off the field. We gotta find a way to get off the field. When you can create pressure rushing 4, dude, you're gonna win a lot of games. If you can create pressure rushing 4, shockers, I learned DYJ from Tom Williams when he coached in high school, and I was the running back coach. Tom was an NFL guy, former Yale head coach. Okay. Do your job. I like it. That's a universal. So when you get pressure, but this is the most important thing. How many times y'all heard me talk about in the past of creating an umbrella, and you got to have contain. You got to have guys here. This year, boy, we have done a spectacular job of contain. That is going to be so valuable against your lagways. See, I need to start typing. I'm not. Your lagways, your Pavillas, your Jackson Arnolds. Who else is left? Your Aguilars, Tennessee, even Stockton. Like, having the discipline is so big. Number 90 being there is everything. As I said in the cutups, we got to get that guy the ball. He needs 6 touches. I don't give a damn how you get it to him. He needs 6 touches. Any way you can get it to him, give him 6 touches. Period. I don't care. 6 touches. If we try to give fucking Barry Brown so many touches last year, we can give Law the same amount of damn touches. Force him the ball. Dude, he's looking like Pacheco even more and more. That cut right there is Isaiah Pacheco. Dude, that's good football. Dime. I just want to admire it for a second. Then I'll come back to it. Y'all, just look. This is the difference. Look at the ease. Look at the smoothness. Look at just the ease, just the flick. That's the flick. But look at the calmness with the feet. Get my feet. Ooh. Look at the feet. Look at the feet. Look at it. Oh. Heck, that's pretty. And Shaka, ain't nobody can say shit about the O line this year. The pocket is about as meticulous as you can get. See, now this is one. I know it's goal line, but you still got to be patient. That's why another one I got to talk to Anthony about. Like here, if he's patient, he can bounce it. It's touchdown, in my opinion. This is a smooth. This is a smooth criminal play. I don't like defending coaches all the time because coaches make mistakes. But when people say stuff about route combination, getting guys open, the play calling, etc., when the guys execute, I'll say this as an offensive guy in high school. If we executed a play to perfection, a defense can't stop us. But there's always an out. If we operate in perfection and the defense operates perfection, offense is gonna win the majority of the time. Now, winning doesn't mean touchdown. Winning means we're gonna get 4 yards. We're gonna get 4 yards. At least 3. That's what I mean by winning. We're gonna get 3 to 4 yards. We have been scheming guys open all fucking year in the red zone and just haven't given it to the receivers when they've been open. These guys have executed. The perimeter guys have done a good job of doing what they're supposed to, but the guy who has the keys has been doing not good. So you can't run mesh route better. You cannot. You cannot run both defenders into each other where then both guys are open and you can choose. He could have thrown it here or obviously where he thrown it. These guys are casualties of friendly fire. They hit each other on mesh route. So for all the fucking play call, like for me, like even last week on the play JD and I don't agree with. Like even on the 3rd-9 quarterback run, is it a play that people want to see? Maybe not. Is it a play that's exciting? Definitely not. Is it a play that you think you probably can't get 9 yards on? Maybe so. But if you execute it, what did Shannon Dawson say? Oh shit, I can't remember what he said about the play works. It's a great play. If the play works, it's a great play. But the play only works if you execute. Yeah, Shaka is a clean pockets. Better for sure. Won't know how much better until the next few games. First 3 opponents has been just mid up front on defense. See, that's the thing with what y'all fans sometimes back in the South. If they didn't perform well, it would have been like, how dare you not do? How can we not execute against this team? Then if you do execute, it's like, well, it's just it's just that team. So which one is it? You would have liked it if it were exactly. You would have liked it if it worked. There's no truer saying than that. You would have liked it if it worked. That 3rd-9 play, if Cutter would have followed Caddis and was it Wally? Or was it Braun? It might have been Braun and Caddis, and he scored. Woo, that's a great play. I wouldn't have called it, but like, so when they execute like this, you have 2 guys open. Football's about execution. All these the play calls, like even when some people fans of other coaches, like when Liam was here, if Liam didn't have the execution, if Wandale wasn't executing, that wouldn't have been an efficient offense. If you didn't have that offensive line, that wouldn't have been an efficient offense. We know what Will Levis did against Mississippi State. I keep bringing that game up, but I'm just saying. That was a game he didn't execute. And the play calling offense looks shitty with the same fucking coach and same players. Now, I'm gonna say this: there are better offensive coordinators. Like to me, your Josh Heupels, your Lane Kiffins, your Gus Malzahn's, um, I'm trying to think of offensive coordinator. There are tons of them. Like Beck over at Vanderbilt, like not Beck as much, but your Lanes, your Joshes, your Gusses, they are high level coordinators because they run tempo and to be able to call plays with the same personnel grouping out there, but then change the formation or keep the formation is insanely genius. I got your back in the south. That is insanely genius. For you to be able to call the next play so quickly with the same personnel out on the field is crazy to me. Because if you throw it, if you're on the right hash, then you run it and the guy goes all the way to the left hash, your grouping could be different. Your formation could be different. Your guys that was in the field now to the boundary. Or you're gonna swap them up. Like that to me is insane. And to have the plays get off so quickly with changing hashes is a level of play calling that I can't fathom. I just can't. If I'm calling plays, I need your ass to get in the huddle. I'm just saying. I need your ass to get in the huddle, and I get you out in 10 to 15 seconds. But I can't call a play in less than 10 to 15 seconds. That's crazy. Think about that. Those guys are calling plays and getting balls snapped in 10 seconds. So they call a new play. They call the play. The play happens. It's on another hash. They get the play off in 10 seconds if they want to. That's crazy. All right. I failed in getting y'all out at midnight. It's going to probably be one. That's good defensive play, y'all. I didn't show a lot of cutups with great defensive play, and I apologize, but I was not happy. That's good work. That is good work by Scott. He did some things bad in the first quarter. To pass that off, that's good stuff, man. If I got an end zone cut, this one I thought was on Smith. All right. So this is the one, shocker, that made me think. All right, we playing dude one high. I got that dude. I got that dude. I got that dude. I probably got that dude. Now we are probably bracketing on this dude. That's what in my opinion. My opinion. Now, like I said, since they're in man and they could be in man, but they look like they're in zone, he could have pill and carry. But this is a part that got me thinking. If he has pill and carry, then Smith should go. That's the confusing part. I think it's on Smith. But that one view, that right there, this makes me think Souls was like, shit. Because he's rushing the quarterback, then he goes out. So I am iffy on who that's on. If this is Souls, man, that's a tough job. If it's Smith, man, that's not so tough. Get better eyes. So I'm hanging a yellow flag on that because I'm not sure. You gotta make that tackle, Smith. Come on, Twan, you gotta make that tackle. Coach called a perfect blitz and you don't make the tackle. We got to make this tackle too. That's too much. So now, is it? No, it's not this. That is a great tackle by Rayner. Now we need somebody to help him out. Well, that wasn't tackle. I thought that was tackle on Rayner. Or was the guy went too far. My bad. Another great play. This is top-notch defense. With all this action, orbit motion coming this way, bubble screen action, pulling guard. This looks like this way. Now, the great thing about it is when you do your job, when you DYJ, no way you're going to go off of 40. I mean, well, I tried, JD. I tried. You're right. JD, I apologize. You're right. All right. So, these four guys, let me see if I can do it with. These four guys did their job. Why go chasing across the field when you're not going to make the tackle over there? The only guy who really has a chance, who has the athletic ability to make the tackle over there, is probably this corner. That's the only one. But what they do is they don't bait for all that stuff, all the action to the right. This is great retrace. We got great job by that linebacker, cornerback. This defensive lineman retrace. This is great shit right here, y'all. When that guard pulls, we're in trouble. They get nothing out of it. Great defense. That's DYJ. That's high level of it. Now, this is just a fucking panic. You're in position, and I think that's a tight end. Why are we panicking? It's now a much better job by Scott. He doesn't widen as much. He can get better at it, but that's on getting cracked. Saunders has played good ball last year too, JD. Yes, he's playing outstanding football. Good tackle by, isn't that Dooley? Isn't 18 Dooley? Ooh, ee. Third and 4. Third and 3. This is a down that I've been told when I played, you haven't earned the right to get off the field. So you better do something spectacular. Third and 3, because linebackers depth is going to get to 5. So to get them on third and 3, Dooley's 18. That is outstanding work. The better work from this, I think this is the one. Yes, we'll see in the end zone. For us to have, we only rush 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys underneath covering 6 zones. That's all you need. Because remember, well, they're in the middle of the field. So you need 6, but 5 out of 6 is good enough. The winner of this play is Jordan Lovett. He's the winner. This is, I forgot dude was on the team until he was also on that tackle in the stadium. Why, Shaq? You thought he transferred? All right. This is the deal, y'all. When you're playing cover 3, they're playing 3 high, 5 underneath. Not 6. 5 underneath. All right. When you read routes, all right, for this safety, for him, the 2 guys that can threaten him the most, I'm going to go to are these 2 guys. Those two guys are who can threaten him the most. The guys on the outside, the guys on the outside can be controlled by the corners, even if they run a post, depending on what number 2 does. So right now, this free safety sees both twos hitch up. He should feel it. He doesn't see it. He feels it on his peripheral. He doesn't see anybody coming up, but he sees this guy. He's eyeing him down. Now he can sit because there's nothing threatening him vertically. Because of that, he can drive. And that's what the quarterback, watch the quarterback. The quarterback wants that dig route. But he drove. It ain't there. Now he's got to pull it. That's fucking outstanding. That's outstanding defense. Shit. With a 3-man rush, hold him to 3. And they shouldn't have got that far. Chef kiss on that play. Now, I'm confused about this play only because coming from him. Does he know that these guys are decoys and everything is actually backside? I'm confused because he's looking over here like he's looking for someone to be open. And that's not where all the routes are. Unless this is the part of play where he's supposed to boot this way. Because if that's the case, why didn't he just throw it to here? I don't know. That could be the play design, but I don't know. That's your man. But it's Cutter Bowley. He finds the tougher throw. Yeah. That's a great catch. Cat. Should I dare say? I lost it. Should I say? Should I put these words in the same sentence? Because all I'm saying is, if he keep doing that, in the one where they called it incomplete, if he keeps doing that, I think Cat has an NFL chance. If Rig is still in NFL, I think Caddis is better than Rig. So it all comes down to whom drafts you or where you go in camp. Damn it. This is a great read. This read is only possible because he's slowing down. But if he puts that ball in his right arm right now, he scores because he stiff arms him instead of doing that and he's off to the races. I wholeheartedly believe he scores if the ball's in his right arm. I'll put money on it. This is the other one. Look at the patience. Look at the patience. Look at him put his hand on. Oh, shedding a tear. I'm shedding a tear, y'all. I'm shedding a tear. Shedding a fucking tear. This right here is everything. I don't think you know how important that is. That right there. That shows he's patient. If he wasn't patient, watch the cut he makes right there. He let Caddis block 2 guys. Caddis blocked the corner and the guy he's supposed to because of that move. I don't care how many yards he gets from this point on. If he doesn't do that, he gets nothing. So he turned nothing into 4, 5. That's improvement. Boy, boy, boy. Y'all, look. This is the play. Look how far. Let's do this. Look how far that group progressed down the field. Ooh. Bruh. That's 2 yards right there. That's 2 yards right there. Look, that we getting close to 3. Farmer is looking for somebody to block. That's almost 3 yards down the field. He doesn't get touched until he's 5 yards down the field. That's putting that's putting your that's teabagging them right there. Exactly, Shaka. That's putting you on their forehead. This is a hard one. We got a pin and pull going again, and we just couldn't cut off that this guy. That's the hard one, y'all. If you pin and pull a lot, and he is inside of this tackle, inside of that tackle, you asking a lot for him to block down and scoop that gap down. For sure, Shaka. For sure. The way the old man. So we just couldn't scoop him and he gets in the backfield. And that causes a little disruption. Yeah. This is another one, y'all. We run a good switch route. We run fake screen. Oop. Why is my I think he goes in. Watch the is the outside. Yeah. Watch this. If he throws the ball right now, that safety is in the end zone. He's looking for the wheel route. But when you see that safety backpedaling end zone and you see the corner outside, you need to bang it right now. Throw him down. You could either throw him down and he catches it in his, we on the 3, or you see the safety so deep, you lead him in and he scores a touchdown. That's the throw, man. Now you should have scored here. Stay outside. Why you even stop? That's a touchdown. If he follows Willie, it's a touchdown. Oh, I even got the end zone. Y'all, this safety comes over and you see, I think in Macklin, he would have thrown it right there. Macklin's open. That's the linebacker. Linebacker doesn't get there. Watch as we keep progressing. Macklin starts getting closer to him. See where Macklin is now? If you would have thrown it right, Macklin is way away from him. Now let's progress. If he follows Willie to the outside, it's touchdown. He goes right to that pylon. Bush in his bag. Now I don't know if Zach couldn't throw these plays or we saw some against Eastern Michigan. Just delay. Now we got him in man. With him going across, there's just no one else over there. You know what? We probably knew they were going to be a man, and they knew their corners traveled because we brought him over. Corner traveled. We got a tight end backside with a linebacker. Once he leaves, there's no one over there. This is great. Great play fake or roll out, great action, everything away. Easy money. Easy money. Now, this is utter and complete bullshit disaster. There's no way we should have given up 10 points in less than 10 minutes. That Connor, you wasn't on here earlier. That linebacker's not rerouting that tight end. That's a hard play with that rollout. That's just hard. Yes, on paper, in theory, yes, that's what's supposed to happen. But in actual playing speed, that works a lot of times if they're in man. The thing about it is the play has to catch them in man to man. If you catch them in zone, that play doesn't work. If the backside corner doesn't overcommit. When you get him in man, it's a bitch of a play. Because the tight end actually delayed like he was on mass protect, setting that edge for the quarterback to be able to roll out. Then he came backside. That is a bitch of a play to read. You're damn right, Shaka. But I'm gonna stay calm because Anthony told me some things this morning. Like that guy parents might be watching, so I'm gonna keep it PG. Make the tackle. Good job. Do your job. I think this is souls. Do your job. Your job isn't gonna chase. You're not gonna chase that down. We got guys over here for that. Handle the quarterback. Shit. On the touchdown. On this touchdown, okay. JD. Ooh, you're right, JD. I don't know, JD. I'm not calling that a hole, JD. I'm not. I see what you're saying, but I'm not calling that a hole. He's still in the framework. Steven spun what he's gonna. Nah, I don't call that a hole. He just threw his ass down. But this is what bothers me on this, y'all. Is that the play fake and the route don't match up. The stop is there. Watch where he stops and goes. He stops right there. The play fake is there. It doesn't match. The fucking play fake does not match the route. The guy is already out of his play fake when he pumps. Makes no fucking. This is horrible. This is god awful. So, at worst, right? At worst, the score should be. I'm gonna give them this one. Should be 13. Honestly, should be 13-31. I'm gonna show you why. Because offense gets the ball with. Yes, it is, Tyler. Yes, it is. Number 19 yet again. Watch. The receiver fakes here. He's going up the field, and there's the play. That's the pump fake. Dude, he's already running by you. Other thing is when you get beat, you don't turn toward. You're in zone. You should keep going that way. Never a pirouette. You just, oh, fuck, man. This is what I say about stiletto. You might not ever, for me, you ain't getting thrown another ball. Like this one, he might not never play again. Well, he doesn't have man back in the South. This is not man, this is zone. So in theory, y'all, I want y'all to understand this. Are they playing quarters? See, I don't. Are they playing? They playing cover 2 or cover 4 up here. I'm gonna say it's palms up top, and they might be playing like a 3 rob. He's robbing with a cover 3. Here's the thing. Oh, Hunt Rouse said dude was bad at Maryland. Ooh. Okay, well there you go. Well, that says it all. If he has cover 3 and you have 2 receivers to your side, you have to split the difference. So that's why he's probably inside of number 1. Just in case they bring him here, he's got to be close enough to it. And if they do that, he's got to split them. That's a tough route. So you think that's what I'm trying to fix, Shaka. So if he's playing quarters, he's too far inside of number 2, in my opinion. Because if he goes vertical, he's not close enough for me. If they're playing quarters, then he should be outside of number 1. He doesn't need to be inside of number 1. That's the only reason I'm saying they playing some type of match over here, because he's inside of number 1. That's the only reason. So if he's playing some cover 3-ish match thing, he's got to protect that route. If not, he totally fucked up, because he should have been outside of him, looking through the receiver to the quarterback. But when you in zone, you never turn your back to the quarterback. So you never do that. So then, if that's the case, Shaka, you playing 2 robber to the boundary, he definitely should have been outside. Because if number 2 goes vertical, you tell me this, Shaka, and how you play. He's gonna carry him vertical. Damn it, man. You gave up a 65-yard touchdown. Make them grind it out. Now, this one, y'all, I want y'all to see this. If Cutter makes a better throw, if Cutter gets this to, I think this is Seth. If Cutter gets to there and he catches the ball, right, Chaka, that's true. It wasn't a coverage, it was the dude. If he gets the ball to Seth, is there anybody else over here? I want y'all to count people. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's probably a guy over here. There might be a guy here. If he catches this ball with a blocker out here, he hits it up here, I don't know. I don't know. All I'm saying, I don't know. That's the other guy. If he catches that, that's dangerous. All right. So now we got 2nd down. All right. This is another one where we just don't get it done. If this cornerback is gonna sit and they are in some type of cover 2. There's a hole shot, and it's right there. Throw the fucking ball. This right here gets us first down, which then doesn't give them the ball back. I think I did the end zone cut, and I'm gonna show you why I know that. So I want everyone to remember. I should have put a side by side. I want you to remember that whole shot right there. That corner sits. It's wide. It's butt naked open. All right. Remember that. Remember where everybody is. Where Macklin is and where Law is. This is the safety. This guy right here is the safety on that side. Watch when Ferrier goes this way. He's not close to that corner over there. He is in between the numbers and the hash. It's a whole shot right there. If he throws it right, it could have been touchdown. You hear me? You hear me? If he throws that ball accurate, that guy has to open up on a guy who's running forward, and that corner sat on that route. Let me go back. Remember when this is about the point where the safety is inside of Gilmore. Touchdown. If he throws it accurately, touchdown. If he throws it good, it's a first down. And we keep the ball and they don't get the ball back. So we probably going to have 31-13 instead of 31-16. That's a horrific spin move, Cutter. You gotta get closer to him before you spin. You almost turn around 360 and faced him again. So now we got a punt. Now we got, if this the right play, linebacker, been a flat magnet. No situational football. Why are we locked in on a running back that's barely out of the backfield? We need you right here. If you are right there, this pass is null and void. But since you are where you're at, fuck me. What I tell you about linebackers. But that's easy when you know the situation. You know the situation. Get your ass back into a deep drop. Make them throw everything underneath. It's amazing that they got 9 yards and then get another yard out of this. So, it should have been 31-13 at worst. And if number 19 isn't in the game, it's probably 31-9 at worst. Probably 31-6. 31-6 feel a whole lot better than 28-16. And Cutter, in my opinion, peed down his leg in a 2-minute drill. Nichols had some sort of strain. They didn't want to risk putting. Okay. That someone said JD had a thigh issue. So I want y'all to understand that y'all can say all the shit about Mark Stoops and 2-minute drill. It's not Mark Stoops. Y'all got to do that on the offensive coordinator. That's not the head coach. That's the offensive coordinator. And then you got to blame him on the players. Because Cutter had 2 passes that could have got chunk yards, and he did not get it to the receiver or the running back. We had 2 plays that could have got big yards, and he didn't make the play. So y'all can blame it on Bush. Y'all can blame it on Liam. Y'all can blame it on Skang. You can blame it on the original Liam. You can blame it on Eddie Grand. Can't blame it on Stoops. You can't blame it on Stoops. That is on the OC. Now, if you want to say a timeout, okay, timeout. Timeouts is on the head coach. But that's also on the head coach and someone who's responsible to tell him, coach, I think it might be time for a timeout. Y'all think the head coach doesn't have helpers. Shit, even in high school, we have helpers. So the defense subbed too fucking much, peanut butter. You can say went to lunch. We started, as JD said, as someone else said, we started taking guys out because they were nicked up and putting in guys like 19 and 30 whom I didn't even know was on the team. So whatever it is, as I said on other shows, no matter what the outcome of this game was going to be, no one was going to be. It would not have changed the perception of this team, because it's never about us. It's about the other team. Either they suck or they gave us one, whatever. So I'm used to hearing that. It's not a shock. The defense sucks. The offense sucks. So it is what it is. Wins are hard to come by. We won. We're 2-1 with a week to get healthy, 2 weeks to prepare for South Carolina, and South Carolina has Missouri this week. It's going to be interesting. Well, that's it for me. It's 1 o'clock Eastern time. I'm gonna get y'all out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Same time, same station. Your boys out.